There, done that, restaurant business. At the end of the day, they stole everything from me. My staff would carry their food there and return my food back to me. Yeah, I left that one. Then I became health conscious. I joined a business called Salad Master. How many of you know Salad Master here? Yeah. I sold the cookware. I could sell 5 million just at a go. I could talk and do all that. But you see, I thought I was having a nice time, making the commission and all that big commission, I'd even gone, each time I traveled, I went with my cookware, America, whenever I did it, and I sold. But when I got back last year from seeing my children in school over there, and then Bookie, my mentor, and then she sent a message, I said, come and see this opportunity. I looked at it, and the rest is history for me. Now let me talk about what it has done for me and why I'm happy I left my former job, Now, apart from being a trader, remember when you retire, life happens sometimes, My husband too retired, and then our children in college, not in Nigeria, abroad. I know over there, no, you cannot go and beg that, please, let them out. Can I postpone school fees? Can't do that, So when this opportunity came, I saw that I could make dollars. You know what? I started with it. And then I was one of the pioneers of our school in Omoli. I was in the first set. I decided, I drove all the way from Lekki. I would sit down and I would be at the front of the class because there are younger people behind so that they won't distract me. When people saw me in the photograph, they posted, everybody started laughing. You know what I mean? But imagine paying school fees when you have to exchange naira to the dollar at 515 naira. That was our situation. And we had both left work. And it was tough. Everything we had, we started selling, whenever we got money, we would send it to them, It was tough. I would look at my husband, I would look at me, but like nobody sent us. And then friends would call and say, hey Becky, hello, we hear that CBN rate is now so and so. How are you managing? It is well. But do you know that Cecilia brought her children back? They would tell me that. In my heart, I say, it's not my portion. That was when I couldn't sleep at night. I knew that I had to make this money. And guess what? The dollars started coming in. I would trade in the morning as well. Apart from that, there's some other things which you'll get to know later, how you make the money and all that in this same business. I started running. When I was running, it was as if something was pursuing me. Everybody, my mother would see me reading at night. He was wondering what had gone wrong with me. I would read and read. When something is pursuing you, when you know that bills have to be paid. But guess what? Now, the dollars are coming in. I'm not in the economy anymore. That's what keeps me going. So sometimes I sleep 2 hours because you need to sort out a lot of things in this business. And then I had to bring my husband, when he saw the way I was going for the first time, you know what he told me? When they saw me carry my box, Salad Master box, he said, drop that box. You're no more going, face this one. And then he came on board. Not only that, when my children came home last year, December, for Christmas, I made sure I rushed them to the training center. They should listen to the presentation. Then they both signed up. Not only that, when they got back, one of them posted and said, Mom, I'm in profit of $587 today. What would it mean to you with your children? Now, in fact, you see, gone are the days when I used to sleep till daybreak, not because I didn't want to sleep, but because of problems. Because of children in school, the money was not coming. Now, I look forward to the weekends. And then, you see, life is easy for me. I must tell you that. This is the time I'm at at the peak. It's just the beginning for me. When you are in this economy of dollar in Nigeria, I don't care about foreign exchange anymore. If you like, let it go up or down. I sell dollar to the mala. Yesterday I sold dollar to the mala because my son's school fees had to be paid. I have 3 sons. The two of them are in colleges. The last one is going to SS3, and then we have to pay. He's going for extension. Yesterday I just went to the man, called him. I sold dollar to him. I said dollar now. I don't deal with naira anymore. That's my story.
She doesn't deal with naira. She only deals with dollar. Oh shit! Thank you very much. Okay, so Oludayo, you are representing maybe a few of us, a quarter of us, a third of us. You're a single woman doing your thing. As in, you're not waiting for anybody to come and say, come, let me toast you, let me buy you chicken and chips, or let me buy you a bag. You're doing your own thing. You're running the show. You're making your own money. I want to know, as a single woman, we live in a society where we've been told and we've been raised that we must wait for one rich guy to come, or we must wait before, we must wait to get married before we can buy our own house, or get our own car, or do our own thing. How has Forex trading for you been as a single woman, and what does that mean for you? As a single woman trading, making your own money, you're not relying on any man to come and sweep you off your feet. What really is that all about for you? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Oludayo, like she said. Well, it's been an amazing journey for me. Actually, when I was growing up, I grew up to be very independent because my dad wasn't really around. So it was practically me and my mom. So I grew up, with that mindset that you needed to take care of the family. And I happened to be the first child. So I grew up learning to be, to be strong. But, along the line, you never knew that you wouldn't even get married on time. But, life just has a way of working, making things happen. And I just said to myself that whatever happens, I must live life well. I must live it well. And I happened to grow up having a lot of male friends. Amazingly, I used to be a tomboy. I'm just trying to be a lady now. You can see it, right? So, I grew up in the midst of men. I had lots of male friends. And they would tell me what they look for in a lady. And I discovered that a man truly wants a lady that is really a helpmate. And I started working with them, and they would say, Tayo, be strong, you need to do this, you need to be strong. Men are not really so strong. With a woman, they are very strong, that you need to be strong for that man that is coming into your life. And they drove me so well that today I know wherever they are proud of me. And I started my journey, and today, amazingly, I want to speak to a single lady here. You wake up every morning thinking, when will I get married? But I want to ask you, are you complete in yourself? That is the first question. Are you complete in yourself? I had an early retirement in February 12th as an executive. I rose to the top. I left February 12th this year because when I joined this opportunity, August 21st, there are some dates you don't forget. August 21st, 2018 was when I saw this opportunity. 2017, thank you. And I started, I didn't understand nothing. But there was something I was seeking. My question before getting that was, Dayo, you have risen to this point. When you retire, would you be able to maintain the kind of lifestyle that you have? Mind you, I don't have a man to run to pay my rent. I have a mother, I have a father. They don't depend on me. I appreciate that and I thank God for that. But I still have to live. Living in Lekki is not easy. You pay rent. You know what it means. And I said to myself, how will I maintain this standard of living? So I started. What I did in 5 months, I didn't do it in 5 years of my career. So in December, I said to myself, if I can do this in 5 months, then Dio, it is only a fool that keeps doing the same thing and expects a different result. So January 12th, I said to myself, I was going to resign. What I couldn't do as an executive, you know, I had everything, official car, official, everything. When I was leaving, they said I had to drop my car. And I don't believe in having 2 cars. You know what, the car that I use now, I bought it from Forex. I paid in dollars. I imported it. To everyone there, life can be sweet, whether as a single, as a married, as a divorcee. The man will come, he will be running after you when it is time.
The presentation. I know some of you are, when now, they want to know how we're going to make this money. It's coming, wait. Relax, it's coming. We're about to drop. We're going to download for you now, don't worry. So, do you want to ask Bookie's question and then we can start the presentation shortly?
So this question is for our phenomenal Bookie.
Get out there and grind. I'm not going to wait for a man to make it happen. As I'm talking to you, my daughter, she's only 10. She's in the hair right now on her way on vacation. What happened was, you know, they're all on the holidays. And because by virtue of what I'm doing, I have a goal right now. So it's not appropriate for me to leave for holiday right now. So I said, you know what, I'm not doing vacation until later on because in September I'm going to be in Miami. But I don't want to deprive you. I'll let you go. You go and do your thing. When they gave me the bill, I just asked the estate agent, let's have the bill. For a minor, they gave me a bill of $500,000 just to fly to London. You know what I said? I said, bring the numbers. And I transferred the money. The Bible says, money answereth all things. Then again, how have I managed? It's about maintaining a balance. As a single parent, there's a whole lot on you. Sometimes it can be heavy, even for the strongest of women. How many single women are in the house? You know what I'm talking about. We carry a lot, all the decisions, you know. So for me, it's just sometimes I slow down. I will say this, you know, I was having a chat with Tammy last night. She wouldn't let me go to bed. And I was talking about work-life balance. I came home, I was really tired and I was crashing out. And I said, well, there's no work balance and all that. And she said, well, one of our mentors actually told that there's no such thing as a work-life balance. She said there's work-life integration. Did I get that right? So it's about you as a woman taking control and making sure you try as much as possible just to juggle things out. So that is how it's been for me. And then another thing I say to my daughter is, you want all the good things? You want the iPads? You want the phones? You want the bicycles? They cost money. And therefore, mommy has to go out there and grind. So one day, we had a meeting. This is what I do all the time. So sometimes one of the things I do is to bring her to meetings with me. So she's used to what I do. So one of the meetings was the one we had at the BWC in Victoria Island. When we were riding in the car, driving there after church, she said, Mommy, I want to speak to your audience. Can you give me time to call me on stage? I said, okay, that's not a problem. But can you at least share with me what you are going to tell my audience? At least give me an idea. She said, Mommy, I'm going to talk about what it means to be a daughter of a millionaire. I was shocked. Then I go, okay, so what does it mean? She said, the good thing, it has 2 sides. The good side and the not so good side. I said, so let's start with the good side. The good side is that you can have everything you want. You just have to ask. The not good side of it is that my mom is always on the phone. She's always busy on her computer. It's either she's picking a trade or she's speaking to Informa. So that is my life. But I make her realize that you're able to say that because mommy made a decision to get out there and make it happen. So can you guys.
Fantastic. Can we give another round of applause for our panelists? These changes. Now, take a deep breath, everyone. Breathe it out. How many of you want to know how, please, how can I be part of these people? I know, I can see, I've been seeing all your questions. It's now time to do the download. Are you guys ready for the download? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to introduce the presentation of how do you get started with iMarkets Live. What is Forex trading really about? What do we need to start up? Is it possible for me to start now? Can all of your questions today, we're going to answer them. So I'd like to welcome our presenters. Oluda, the questions,
If you have $1,000, you can set your risk and say to yourself, I don't want to lose more than 1% of my $1,000, and you set it before you enter into the trade. I don't know of any business where you can do this. That is why the banks are there. That is why nations are there. The ex-governor of CBN made a statement. He said, so many people wonder why I'm not into politics. He said, I can sit in the comfort of my house, my garden, and I can earn millions and billions daily through the Forex market. The rich don't tell you what they do, but when you hear it, you run with it. This market, you can work on it from your phone. You trade on your phone. For those of us that are familiar with the banks, when we take our monies to the banks, what happens there? There's a department called the Treasury Department in the bank. What they do there is to trade. The bank has no money of their own. If everybody here goes to the bank and says, give us our money, they won't give us. The leverage on our funds. But what they do with it is they trade with it. 65% of their funds come from there. What we're saying is, do you want to learn what they do in the Treasury Department and multiply your money for yourself? This market is where the rich multiply their money. Before now, it has been reserved for the rich and their children. Because to go to a school to learn Forex, you need to have £40,000 to be able to. How many of us can afford it? So the company I'm going to be talking about has brought simplicity and affordability to the Forex market such that you and I can be able to play in this market. And the company is iMarkets Live. This company is a first-class Forex education and software provider. They were established in 2013, and July just this month, we clocked 5 years, from 2013. And what we've been doing is to actually provide the knowledge that people didn't have. When people were trying to enter into the Forex, there was a gap that was created. There was a knowledge gap, and people didn't understand the risk management aspect. But what they've done is to bring the knowledge that is required for you to be able to access the Forex, the Forex market. This company, all the software that we're speaking about, is solely the properties of this company, and they are a debt-free company. This is the leadership of iMarkets Live. Christopher Terry. He's done Forex for over 22 years. He knows his onions. This is the first #1 swing trader in the world. They call him the Ronaldinho of, Forex, the way it is. He knows what he's doing. And he came in together with this group of wonderful people in different aspects to actually manage the affairs of iMarkets Live. So you can check out these people, you can Google them. There are some businesses you do, you can't point to anyone. These are real people. In May, they were in Nigeria. We had Alex Morton and Ivan Tapia in Nigeria in May, and we were hosted at an Oriental hotel with over 2,500 people there, sharing their experiences and telling us about how real this opportunity is. What makes this business real? What makes it different from all those businesses that we have done? I have gotten my fingers burnt so many times. I know there are a lot of people here. I have failed so many times. And I'm sometimes you're skeptical about entering. So what makes this business unique? This business does not trade for you. You are going to be in charge of your money 110%. If there's 1,000%, you're in charge of your money. The way this company works is the same way MTN works, wherein if you subscribe to data, you have access to data. If you don't subscribe to data, you don't have access to data. That is the way the company is structured. You subscribe for their services and you have access to it. If you want to trade, the standard rule all over the world is that you must have a broker account. Your broker account is independent of this business. That is where you put your trading money. And your trading capital can be as little as $5. So it is independent of iMarkets Live. And we say something that results with our services are not guaranteed. I will explain that. If you go to the bank, if I'm going with 5,000 naira and she's going with 5,000 naira, if it's a savings account, they tell us the interest rate is 5%. At the end of the day, we're going to go home with the same amount, right?
Yeah.
But Forex is not like that. The more you improve your skills, the more you earn. I did a challenge with a friend about 2 weeks back. We opened another account and funded it with $50. So we said to ourselves, in 24 hours, let's see what you can do. So we started. I grew my account by 25%, but my friend grew his account by 100%. Do you see how the Forex market works? So it depends on your skill set. I'm a conservative trader. Some people can be very aggressive. You know, it depends on what you can do. That is a tool for the rich to multiply their money. One of the first questions people always ask is, if I put 100,000, what will I get? Please note, it doesn't work that way. Your skill set determines what you make from your market. What is the objective of iMarket Site? It is basically to empower, to enrich, and to educate. You can give a man fish. It will last him a meal. But can you teach a man how to fish? And you have put what? Life on the table. So what the company is after is how people can be empowered. How you can take control of your financial destiny for yourself and by yourself. And you can begin to create the kind of lifestyle that you truly desire as an individual. That is the objective of this company. A lot of people are asking, why are you sharing this opportunity? Like I said, how can we fight poverty? How do we eliminate it? It's by empowerment. We need to be empowered. If everybody in this room is empowered, do you know what that means? Do you know what it means to the economy of Nigeria? You are earning in US dollars. Do you know what it means? That is the objective of this company. Well, when you sign on to this company, what do you get? The IML Academy is the ABC of Forex. You are taught from as simple as the history of Forex to the intermediate and the advanced things you need to learn. And it comes in short video forms. The same way you can go on YouTube and you can Google, how do I tie gele? How do I do my makeup? Short videos. That is the way it comes for you to learn. A friend of mine wanted to learn Forex a few years back. And he met a friend who gave him a book, 400 pages. He was now relating the story. He said when he read the first 2 pages, he went to look for the guy. I said, come, is this how to make money? He said, yes. No, I don't want money this way. And he returned the book. What are we saying? It has been simplified so that anybody that is willing to learn, as long as you have a data-enabled phone, you can plug in your earpiece and you can watch these videos. You learn about Forex. Technology has simplified a lot of things for us. As an HR practitioner, I know before now that when we're recruiting people, if you have to recruit 100,000 people, you have to do that manually, right? And when you are paying them, you will batch them before you pay them. But now with the advent of technology, what has it done? When we put everybody onto a database, by the click of a button, everybody's salary is paid. What has made that happen? You have payroll systems. Technology has simplified that process. That is the same thing that has happened here. The lady taking the issue of Forex is a Nigerian. Her name is Adaize Chukwu Duncan. This is not a Nigerian-based company. This is a US-based company. She used to be a teacher, but she was seeking greener pastures. But today, she's teaching other people how to make money from the biggest and most liquid financial market. So as you are seated here today, you can say to me, my background is working against me. I am a teacher. I know people have worked at, I am a teacher. How can I do this? How can I do that? I say to people, if there's a background, there's a front ground. Can you create your front ground? Your background is the past. You can make it work. Whatever you put pressure on your mind for, you get it. You get it. And that is the amazing thing about this opportunity for me. The iMarket Live TV. This is one TV that I say to people, when you sit down in front of it, you can get paid for watching it. Here you have instructors teaching you about Forex. The same way you have your normal TV and all of that, is the same way you have people on here teaching you about Forex and you can follow them. There's a woman here, her name is Dr. Kati Kaplan. She's a pastor in the US. She grew a $40 USD account into $2 million US in 1 year. A 13-year-old daughter trades Forex and does an average of $50. Those are the kind of people that you're going to be relating with on this platform. So why sit in front of DSTV and keep paying subscription? Can you add this to your schedule and make some dollars? Yeah. Now we have the tools, the harmonic scanner. The harmonic scanner has over 80% accuracy. My dad is a surveyor. Sorry, I love to talk about my family, you know. My dad is a surveyor. While we were growing up, he normally draws all his charts. So we have a big table in the house where he does all of that. So when Daddy retired, we go visit him, and then we don't see Daddy drawing those charts anymore. So we say, Dad, what's happening? Why are you not drawing those charts? Are you retired? And he would laugh and say, no, I go to the land now with my equipment. When I come back, I plug it into my system. And what does the system do for me? It draws the plan. So that table is no more useful. What am I trying to say? What technology has done for surveying for my dad is what these tools are doing for you. In Forex, you do analysis. But these tools would have done the analysis for you, and they will send you what? High probability trades. If for this harmonic scanner, it has over 80% accuracy. This is the tool I use. I'm comfortable with this tool. Like one of the speakers said, when you come on board, you discover what works for you. This is the tool that I use. It has over 80% accuracy. All the trades that I picked this week, I didn't lose one. What happens when you go into the IML Academy? You would have gotten the confirmations. All you have to do when the signal comes is to check, does it align with the confirmations? If it does, you enter into the trade. You set all your parameters. You can leave your phone. When the market gets to that point, you make profit. So this system has 80%, this tool has 80% accuracy. So you just learn it. To learn this does not take more than 1 hour video, but repetition to master the skill is the next thing that is required. This works. There's no justification for the Forex market. My question to everyone is always, are you ready to make it work in your life? Because by the time we are dead and gone, we'll leave it for our children. They will continue. So there's no debate about that. The web analyzer, this is another tool. It brings about 360 signals every day. Every day. And when it comes, the same way you will learn how to use the tool. You can watch a webinar. When the tool was released the first time in November, I just watched a webinar for 30 minutes. And after watching, what did I do? I went on my demo account. When you come on board, you're going to have a demo account. That is virtual money. That is what you use to practice all the things that you'll be taught before you fund with live money. And I just practiced it. Then the next day, after one day, the next day, I went live and I picked my trade. I didn't lose any. Just by following rules. If you can follow rules in Forex, you will eat the good of Forex. If you can follow instructions, it's very easy to follow. But you know, one of the issues with adults is we are not coachable sometimes. We have our own ways. Yeah, this is the way I want to do it. No, please don't come into Forex with that mindset. You must be coachable. You must be willing to unlearn, to relearn, new things. This swing trade is sent directly by the MD CEO. He can look at a currency pair, for example, Euro USD, and he can do analysis of what will happen in the new week. And then that is sent to the back office of everyone. Then you can watch it and use it to also pick your trades. The amazing thing is, as you're doing that, you're also learning. If you remove the L from the word learn, what do you have? Learn. So if you are not willing to learn, please don't be willing, you are not ready to earn. So please, you must get it right. This is not kalo. Do you get it? This is something that is a skill set that you have to acquire. The swap trades, this is what we call the copy, paste, and profit. Everybody that comes into IML, that's the first question. Where is that your copy and paste? Where is that your copy and paste? With this tool, experts will analyze the trades. When they analyze the trade, they send it to you. All you have to do is to download it on your phone, the same way you have your swipe trade. And then when they send you those trades, what do? You just copy and paste. You copy and paste. And that is the way the copy and paste works. When you come on board, this is going to be one of the first tools that you're going to be taught how to use. So whilst you're learning, you can also make some money for yourself. That is the architecture of this. How many people here can copy and paste? You cannot copy and paste, correct. So that means you cannot make money from Forex. Wow, that's amazing. That is the way this tool works. But you know what? One guy came into the presentation after we said that let's start copying and pasting. And I started laughing. No matter how simple it is, you see where you need to learn. Where are you going to copy from? Where are you going to copy? There's still learning involved. Success is a journey and a process. And we all have to know that. Everything, for me, what starts from the top is the grave. If you don't want to dig your grave, follow process, follow journey. There's a journey that you have to follow. And you can decide which one. For whatever thing you choose in life, there's a process you follow, whether it's good or bad. But why don't you pay the price for what you know will give you, the results that you want? The training and support on this platform is amazing. It is solely driven by technology. But one of the fascinating for me on this platform is the 7-figure mentorship. Like I said earlier, success is first word. Your mind. For you to make money, it has to be your mind. That's why you see people that win lottery. Before you know it, they lose it all. Do you get it? So what happens? Okay. So what happens here is you are going to be exposed to people that are earning $500,000 on a monthly basis. People that are earning $100,000 on a monthly basis. And what do? They teach their experience, the success stories, the principles that you can follow to be able to do what? Be like that or even be better. And then you begin to feed your mind with things that would help you, see the kind of life that you truly want to. The first time I met David Washington Jr., it was in October when I just joined, and it was at Intercontinental Hotels. That day I walked in there, and after the meeting I said to myself, if he can do it, then I can do it. At that point, it was earning $100,000 US. By January, when we met again, he was earning $250,000 US. In May, when he came, he was doing $500,000 US. So I used my HR sense and did calculation. Which job will I do that will give me this level of increase in 6 months? I said, I better hold on to this opportunity. And that is my story. And I have no cause to regret. And those are the things you're going to be exposed to when you join, these opportunities. I'm going to be bringing on a phenomenal lady. We call her the phenomenal bookie. She's going to be taking us on how to get started. But you know how I met this amazing lady?
Because they showed up. Right? Somebody called them to an opportunity. Somebody sold an idea to them. Somebody invited them to something. And they said yes to it. It might not have been somewhere in Victoria Island like you are seated this afternoon. It could have been in a dormitory of a hostel or a school. I'm sure you all heard the story of Mark Zuckerberg, the man behind Facebook, how he one day several years ago had an idea. How many people understand that every great invention started as an idea? So he had an idea. At that time, Facebook was only an idea in his head. He invited 7 friends into his dormitory room because he had an idea. He said, I have an idea. I have something I want to share with you. 2 of them showed up. The 2 that showed up went on and they became billionaires. There's something powerful about showing up. You have every reason not to be here. It's a Saturday morning. Owambe parties. Sonia is playing somewhere. Obey is doing his thing. You could have decided to turn down the invitation and go and do your Owambe. But for one reason or the other, you gave up your precious time to come and find out. Somebody reached out to you, gave you an invitation you had on radio, television, whatever it is that brought you here, and you decided to show up. That tells me that you're looking for something that is bigger than you currently have. True or false? You believe that there's got to be a bigger way, better way, and you want to find out. So there is something about showing up. That tells me. The Bible says it is he that finds. It is he that seeks that finds. So you guys are about to find. So for this, I want you to celebrate the queen in you. Please put your hands together for yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourselves. The potential you carry as a woman is limitless. Don't let anybody sell you a lie. A knockdown in life is not a knockout until you fail to get up. It's not a function of where you are right now. It's a function of your mindset. What do you see? So you might have turned up this morning without a dime in your pocket. And you're thinking, what is she talking about? She's telling me I carry greatness. business, but I can't see it. It's not happening for me. The truth of the matter is that it can happen for you. If it can happen for me, it can happen for you. If it can happen for Ludayo, it can happen for you. You don't even know how far you can go until you get started. Ladies in this room, if you know you are ready to rise and take hold of your finances, please put your hands together for yourself. Celebrate yourselves. Celebrate yourselves. Celebrate yourselves. If you don't celebrate yourself, nobody else will celebrate you. If you don't celebrate yourself, you haven't given me any reason to celebrate you. You may not be there, but you're well on your way. Alright, so my business here is to tell you how you can get started. And a lot of people cannot wait to hear it. Unfortunately, they've only given me 20 minutes. I'll get there, so I'll try and do justice to it in that time. But before I get into the subject matter, I would like to share my story with someone here. One person may just connect. They say many are called, but few are chosen. I say it everywhere I go. My message is not to everybody. My message is to a selected few. The people that are ready to pay the price of success. Many are the eyes that look, only a few see. Everywhere I go, even when I'm giving an opportunity to talk to thousands of people, I tell them it's not in the numbers. If only one person catches it, my mission is accomplished. Thank God in iMarket's life, you don't need to bring people into the business to make money. In the first instance, I'm a Forex trader. And I don't need to talk to anybody to trade Forex in the morning. So there is no pressure on me. What I do it for love. It's no longer about me, guys. When it comes to money, I'm sorted for life. Because of the skills I have. Do you understand the power of skill set? Jobs will come and go. It takes your boss not liking your face to let you go. And nobody will question him. There is no such thing as job security in any employment. It does not exist. Traditional businesses will come and go. Anything can happen to a business empire in a day. One change in government legislation can bring it all down for you. I'm not a prophet of doom, it's a reality. So anything can happen. But the power of skill set, your skill set is one thing you have that nobody can take away from you. A banker today leaves office tomorrow, the next day they begin to refer to him as an ex-banker. Have you ever heard them refer to a carpenter as an ex-carpenter? Once a carpenter, always a carpenter. Once a tailor, always a tailor. Once a Forex trader, always a Forex trader. The power of skill set. I've never been that confident about anything. I've done a lot of business ventures. When iMarket's life found me, ladies, I say this everywhere I go, I was not broke. Because when you're broke, you'll be desperate. And when you're desperate, you'll consider anything that throw on your tail. Forex is a big deal, for lack of a better word. My decision to come into the world of Forex was deliberate and intentional. And it wasn't because I was broke. I was making good money by any standard at all. But what happened to me is that I found something that was bigger than me. There are big and there are big. I had this opportunity, I lost my sleep for 2 days. I'll tell you my story very quickly. The whole journey into the Forex world started for me 11 months ago. Now when I talk about Forex, people think I've been around forever. I say, yeah, there you go. 11 months ago, I was a total rookie. Knew absolutely nothing about Forex. Until a gentleman called Francis Chiora, a brother, a friend, a mentor, reached out to me on that fateful day. A day that I will never forget. He's been looking for me. The first time he reached out to me, I looked at it, he said Forex. I said, who does Forex? My initial reaction was that of buyers. I said, Francis, but I thought you know me so well. Now you want to set me off for failure, right? Forex, that sounds complicated to me. That sounds like a big thing, the things banks do and the rich people. It sounded so far removed. Now you are looking for me. Me. I don't do numbers. When I was in school, mathematics as a subject hated me. I hated mathematics. It was a mutual feeling. We couldn't stand each other. I just tolerated it for, you know what I mean. Number two, I am not a technical person. Anything to do with computer and those technical stuff, they're not my thing. Ironically, I have a first degree in computer science. And it's not even from a Nigerian university, so you can't even say I bribed my lecturers. I just, for whatever reason, I sailed through. But it's not my thing, it's not my default. I like to carry all these expensive devices on my hands, but it's just to show off. Half of the functions on my phone, I can't use them. That's me. Some of us are just like that. And I said, you are bringing Forex to me. You want to disgrace me. God forbid. So for 6 months, ladies, I put it away. I didn't look at it. Eventually, this man left his house, dashed into my office, and he said, today is today. You will hear it. And because he's a man that I have a lot of respect for, I had to listen to him. And I sat there and listened to him for the next 2 hours as he unleashed. When he finished what he was saying, I was totally blown away. It takes a lot to blow me when it comes to the world of business. I have touched a lot of businesses. A lot of money has passed through this hands of mine. I don't want to go into that story today. They've only given me 10 minutes. I have 10 more minutes. So, I was blown away. I said, you don't mean it. But they often say something. They say, knowledge is power. But I disagree. Not 100%, guys. It is the knowledge that you apply that becomes power unto you. I can keep you guys in this room for the next 3 hours, and I begin to show you the power of the Forex market. Begin to prove the possibility of the Forex market to you. All I need to do as a Forex trader to prove my numbers is to ask my PA to bring in my laptop. Numbers do not lie. It takes a fool to doubt a proof. So I can give you all that information and back it up with evidences. It is not enough for you to know. You get all excited. What you do with the knowledge is what makes the difference. So this man that day did not just leave me blown away. Being blown away is nothing. It costs nothing. It's only an emotion. So I wasn't just blown away on that day. It led me to make a decision. And that decision, 11 months into the journey, has practically changed my life. I trade Forex. I don't only trade Forex. I train other people to do the same. Average day of trading for me puts a profit of average of 500 USD on my table. Multiply that by 5 and multiply it by 360. Good money by any standard at all. But I've not come this afternoon to throw my numbers at you. That is not the big deal. As a matter of fact, I'm no longer proud of where I am, because some people that I brought in, we might be streaming Bosse de Padimosi. She's in Australia now. She's a very good friend of mine. She relocated a few weeks ago. And I introduced this opportunity to her. She came up and threw herself into the learning using the tools that Oludayo has shared with you. She hit the Forex market in one day. She left with a profit of $1,700. That was the turning point for her. That was what actually led to her resignation at Ernst & Young as a senior tax consultant. She threw in her towel. She sacked her boss there and then. She said, if I can be a part-time Forex trader and make this much money, I'll be stupid not to go into it full time. She's in Australia now enjoying dollars as a Forex trader. So my numbers are not the big deal, guys. The big deal is this, and I want you to catch this. 11 months ago, I knew nothing about Forex. That is the message. What one person can do, anybody can do it. There is hope for every single one of you here. All you need to have to win as a Forex trader is the willingness to learn and the willingness to change. When I say change, what I mean is change your mind. Because you win and you lose in your mind. If you have a mind block, nothing can happen for you. As they're talking about the dollars, if you can't see, it's not going to happen for you. So you have to deal with your mindset. So that is the story of my life. I sit in the comfort of my home. Sometimes in my pajamas, I play on my phone and I do dollars. So to be a part of this, you have to become a member. The most basic access point into iMarkets Live opportunity is what we call the Platinum package. The Platinum package consists of these 4 tools.
So when I got to the event, the hall was fully packed the same way. I was already getting I can't wait, we need to leave. This stuff is almost over, I don't think it's for me and stuff. He kept on looking at me, you're too impatient, you're still young, calm down. So I told him, okay, let me just calm down. So in the course of it, something just spoke to me and said, Jane, just go into this seminar. In life, when you're about to break barriers, the devil always tends to pull you back. If I didn't take that decision that very moment, my life would have changed or I wouldn't be where I am today. So I decided to walk inside the place. I was standing at the back. Other people were seated. There were a lot of guys there. No guy even cared to say, okay, come and sit down. So I didn't really care. So I just stood. I was the only lady standing behind them. 10 minutes into the conversation, I was totally blown away. Then I was just 21. That was January. I have never in my life heard about an opportunity that can change your life while seated in the comfort of your home. So I was like, what is this? So I became fired up. Immediately I got signed up, did the whole necessary thing I was supposed to do. So when I got back to school, I had exams, so I didn't have enough time. But luckily for me, my school said, you have 6 months internship. So I was excited. I was coming to Lagos to make the first money that I'm talking about. So April, I got to Lagos, soaked myself into the whole academy, IML, and stuff. I got the whole mentorship I needed. They held me by the hand. I was so happy because they treated me like family. So I finally could hit the live market with my own personal money I've saved up. So I called Miss Bookie. I said, I have $200. Please, I want to fund the account. Please, I hope I won't lose my money because you know your first time you are still scared. So I put in $200 that Monday 18th May, precise, something around that time. So I can never forget that Monday. I was still afraid to place a trade with my live money. So I just said, let me just trust the process. Swipe trade, call and alert. I said, okay, let me just copy and paste. So when I put it up, 10 minutes I've seen $10 already. I shouted. My twin sister was laying beside me. She said, what is wrong with you? I said, Jennifer, you can't understand. $10 already in 10 minutes. And the store was supposed to take $50 profit. So I quickly pocketed the $10. I said, I'm out. I'm not sure that you take $50. So I had to just pocket what I was sure. So I became fired up already because I knew if I can do $10, I can do $100, I can do $1,000, depending on what I knew. So that was Monday. Friday, I was in profit of $75. I was so happy that week. In fact, when you see me walking, I was excited. I was a happy child. I was already making dollars. So eventually, it bought out for me to withdraw the money, right, and spend it. I was still having that doubt. Let me go and withdraw the money first and spend it. So I went to the bank. The next week, I actually grew the money to $435 in 8 days. So I went to the bank, withdrew the money. I didn't even tell Miss Bookie when I was going. So I should not tell me, leave it there and trade. I said, let me go and withdraw this money and spend it first of all. So I went to the bank, withdrew the money. I actually left $69 in the account to further spend, grow the account. So when I withdrew the money, they paid me in dollars. I was excited. I said, dollars, finally. I haven't told anybody about it because I wanted to see for myself and experience it. There's a difference when you have the personal experience, talking to people about it, and you can also show them. So I eventually withdrew the money, spent it, and grew the $69 to $128 in 2 days. And I was excited. Now let me tell you what happened to me on Wednesday. I was going to the embassy for my visa interview. I did all my documentation. I'm a Forex trader. It's quite prestigious. So when I went, I was like, I'm a Forex trader. The lady was like, Forex trader, I'm 22. That's odd. Yes. She said, let me see your bank statement. I gave her my domiciliary bank statement. She saw the inflow and stuff. That very day, I just decided to enter the market. I said, I'll spend a lot of money in these flight tickets going to Abuja for example. Let me see whether I'll make my money back. I was in profit of $446 on the 28th. I called one of my people I brought to the business. I said, Banker, I just made $446. I quickly multiplied. How much is that? People don't make that in a month. I was able to make that in a day. In fact, I was so excited. I called my mom. My twin sister has registered. She's happy every day. At least she does an average of $20 in a day. So this is the story of my life. I'm totally liberated. Forex is not the thing.
Right, okay.
Strategy. What does that do? They send you the alert, you copy and paste. You don't need any analysis for that. So if you're a busy person, you look at, if you want to use the web analyzer, you can strategize and say, okay, I have 2 hours in a day. When I was working, I started with the web analyzer. So I trade between 11 p.m. in the night and 1 p.m. I'll still use swipe. Do you understand? And then when Monique sends the trades also, I can pick it. But until I got to a point and I said to myself, I want to stick with this. So you can use all the tools.
But if you can, I had to borrow, and I did not tell my husband because we just got back from vacation and we had just gotten back from paying school fees for our children. We got back and Buki told me about the opportunity, and then when we got there, I was so in, like you're interested in it, but I didn't have shishi. And I couldn't ask my husband, like I knew he would say, what are you talking about? So you know what I did? I looked for friends and I appealed to them. Please, can you lend me this money? Because if you see an awesome opportunity, let it go, like this one. So I had to borrow the money and I paid back, and I've gotten, in fact, when they say 100,000 folds of that money. So if it's so, if an opportunity that touches your heart, you go and borrow it. I borrowed it and I don't regret ever borrowing it. I had to borrow it.
Question, right? But I want to say so. There's a difference between the rich and the poor. There's what they call mindset. When the rich will never say, I can't afford it. The rich will say, how can I afford it? So you have heard, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, I want to do this. How can I afford it? Then your mind will begin to think in that direction. You could walk out of here now and somebody will just send you money. So your mindset determines how far you will go. If you want it bad enough, you will get it. So there's nobody that God has left without nothing. Even the widow had what? There was a oil that multiplied. So there's nobody that doesn't have anything. You have something that you can use in exchange for the change that you truly want to see.
Okay, last question.
I'm so excited. I'm also interested to do the business. You've said it all, but you want to know the exact figure that you can get started.
You can start with minimum of $5. I said it already. $5 in your trading account and get you started. One room. To trade Forex, you need a minimum of $5 in your trading account. What I tell people is this: it's not a function of how much you start with. What makes you make money in Forex is what you know. So the first thing you want to concentrate is to get the skill set, and that is what the tools of iMarketSite gives to you. When you're ready to go live, whatever you have in your pocket, throw it into your trading account and you're good to go. I told you about Dr. Kathy Catman. $40 was what she started with, but that $40 grew into $2 million within a space of a here. That is it with questions. Ladies, we're not running up. We just need to close this meeting formally. I'm afraid that is all we can take. We need to go to the most important aspect of the business today. So if you have a question, hang around, walk up to any of the leaders and post your questions at them, and we will take every single question. So ladies and gentlemen, before I do the final thing, this is my charge to you. Prosperity is your birthright. It is one of your inheritance as a child of God. The best schools in the world are for your children. There is nothing noble about being poor. If you see a group of people that are downplaying the importance of money, you need to disengage from them. Those set of people are mediocres and they are explaining away their failure. The Bible says money is a debt. Money answereth all things. If you don't have money, it takes your voice. It makes you vulnerable. It strips you. You won't have an influence. If you consistently default in paying your children's school fees, they will never invite you into PTA. That is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. The best things in life, they are yours for the take. What is the price you are willing to pay for the life you desire? Life is calling somebody today. God has stopped coming down from heaven. God is not going to come down from heaven. He's going to send you a message. He's going to send you an information. He's going to send you an opportunity. He's going to send you a woman. He's going to send you a boss. He's going to give you an idea. He's going to give you a talent. He's going to give you a skill set. That is what God will use to take you to your next level in life. What is it that you carry that God is going to use to change your story? If you ask me, Olubukolash, you know what, the same thing, I'll tell you that the skill set of trading Forex is what God will use to change my story. What is it in your hands, ladies, that God will use to change your story? When life calls you to stand and you sit, you may sit forever. They said the acronym of Paul is passing over opportunities repeatedly. You know it all. When it comes to money making, you explain everything away. The good news is this: many are called, few are chosen. The lives that will check in this room already know themselves. So thank you, ladies. I'll see you at the top. Right. Call to action. What we're doing is one of the antidotes of success is action. What we do in Profit Arcade as a company is this. We have a Forex school. We call it the Profit Arcade Forex School. It's a comprehensive school. It's everything you need to learn how to trade Forex, isn't it? We are a group of professionals in Profit Arcade. We have a goal. The goal is to get 1 million Nigerians to the point where they're doing $1,000 from the Forex market. And those numbers are really conservative because people are hitting $1,000 within 1 hour of trading. I can tell you that much. So we put this school together. This school is being run by the best Forex traders in iMarketsLand Nigeria. When you go to this school, you come out of it with a certificate and you come out of it smelling Forex. People that have attended the school, they testify to it. So the cost of attending the school normally is 100,000 naira only. If you see it advertised anywhere, in this day newspaper, Punch newspaper, you heard on the radio, you will have to pay 100,000 naira only, which is highly subsidized. Quality Forex education is not cheap education. But to whom much is given, much is expected. That is one of the ways we contribute to the society. So, if you are here this afternoon, you have heard what we have, and you are considering, you are thinking of, you decided that this is for you. What we have decided as board of directors in Profit Arcade is to do this. If you come on board today today by making payment into a corporate account before 12 midnight today, you will qualify as a preferred customer of Profit Arcade. What do you get as a preferred customer? Number one, 100% access to the school at zero cost. 100% scholarship to attend that school without paying a dime. The good thing about the scholarship is that it is valid for 12 months. So you don't have to use it immediately. We have our school on the mainland, we have it in VI, whichever one of the centers you can access. The good news about the school is that it cuts the whole process of learning into half for you. Who wants to jump on the staircase where you can jump on the escalator? So it just demystifies Forex for you. So it's an additional bonus. The benefit of attending this school cannot be overemphasized. So if you come in today, you're a preferred customer, you get access to the school, 100% scholarship to go to the school, you have mentors who can hold you and physically teach you how to do this. That is the number one bonus. Number two thing you get, because you came on board today, you paid into a corporate account before 12 midnight, you have access to 2 mentors. Everybody that comes on board gets a mentor. They say when you lack mentor, what you lack are methods. When you're going somewhere and you are being held by the hand by someone who's been there, it costs your journey time. So when you have mentors, it helps your learning. So instead of getting one mentor, because everybody that comes through us gets a mentor, one person that is allocated to you that will teach you what they know, somebody that has gone ahead of you and cracked it. But because you paid today, instead of one mentor, you get 2 mentors. So if they give you to me and you don't like my pretty face, you can turn to Oludayo. But if you're smart like me, you will squeeze me, squeeze Oludayo, and combine the knowledge we have and come out better. Number 3 benefit is that you have access to a community of top master Forex traders. The likes of the team you have from Maya Wongolabi, a man that has turned out several thousands of dollars from the Forex market. If this guy gives you 10 signals, 9 of them goes into a profit. Phenomenal leaders doing big things in the world of Forex. You have access to them. You have their phone numbers. You can relate to them. They add to your mentoring base. So the benefit of coming on board today, guys, cannot be overemphasized. So if you're here this afternoon, my lady, and you're saying yes to the call, this resonates with me. I want to change my financial story. I want to rise with Forex. In the year 2018, I want to take charge of my finances. I'm not going to wait for anybody to make it happen for me. Can I see your hands go up very, very quickly? Please celebrate this woman. Celebrate them. Celebrate them. Celebrate them. Where are the ushers? Very, very quickly put out the phones on their hands. Put out the phones on their hands. Phenomenal ladies. Quick decision. Can we have one house, please? We're going to wrap this up very quickly. I'm coming on board today. I want a form because I am saying yes to this.